Alright there folks, and welcome back to Are We There Yet? Now, things have gone wrong, because what you're seeing on screen is the semi-final of the League Cup that we were dreaming of, that I recorded. There was no sound. For some reason I neglected, and I don't know why, I neglected to turn the sound from the microphone on. So as fun as a video without me talking probably would be, I've decided to pull it. And given the result, 3 goals to nil, you can see they were actually even in the game. Referee a bit card happy against us. That's a theme of today's episode, to be honest. A little bit ticked off. But the biggest takeaway from that is a very late injury to Dingwall. That turns out to be a torn calf, and he's still out to this day, and it's affected us somewhat. He's out for up to 4 months. He's already served a month of that. I'm going to call it a suspension. So that was a big loss to us. But yeah, we're out of the League Cup. We made a lot of money out of that, though. We got up to basically £500,000, most of which we've now spent. I've achieved my dream of achieving a B licence, and because the money was there in the coffers, I decided to go straight in for an A licence. So those are our beautiful stats at them as they stand. All on the way up. And how have we been doing in the league? Well, it's been patchy since that League Cup. We bounced back in superb fashion, it's got to be said. 4-0 home win over Kilmarnock, just what the doctor ordered. But then what we didn't like was 3 away games on the bounce. Hamilton, this is a game when we lost both. We'd already lost as soon as the end injured, I forget the names completely. Dingwall, already lost Dingwall to injury, so the game decided that we'd lose these two to minor knocks during this game. So we ended up with a real hashed strike force. Lost 2-1, didn't deserve to lose, but there you go. Certainly deserving of a minimum of a point. Then we bounced back again, a 3-2 away win at Wraith. Aitchison and Adamson with the goals for Wraith, but McBride and John Smith. We brought John Smith on off the bench to replace a misfiring McCreath, and right away he obliged and put us into the lead, which we managed to hold until the end of the game. Then we went away in the Cup against Forfar, our old friends from Forfar in League One. I'm not going to point the finger at the referee, but he was appalling. So he kept booking our players. He gave a last minute in extra time penalty that wasn't, although apparently I've been warned by the FA for that. We hit the woodwork 3 times. Just not our day. And Dallas, this referee, pretty awful, to be honest. He gets 10s in big games, and then he turns up for us and delivers one of a shocking performance. So yeah, Andrew Dallas, jog on. And all that leaves us second in the Championship, 4 points at the moment behind Cali, and that's who we've got today at the Broadwood. So it's going to be tight because we're missing Russ Dingwall, our best player, our best performing player. 9 goals as well. So, it's really not the stuffing out of us. I didn't know whether to try and sign a striker. We've brought Kenny Fitzpatrick back into the first team just to provide a little bit of cover. We've got money to spend. That's not a lot, but it's enough in this league. We won't be signing Kevin Layton, as good as his potential ability might be. But yeah. So apologies, there's no cup semi-final, but all you saw was us getting battered and me despairing at the sight of Dingwall lying there with a torn calf. So I'll see you pitch side in just a minute for this huge top of the table clash with Kelly. Back in a second. Here we go then. Here are the teams. It's pretty much as we would normally be. Obviously, without Dingwall, McBride taking his place. I've been playing Wallace every now and then, but it's sort of, they really do blow hot and cold. It's just Clarence Seedorf. No, Colin Seedorf. I thought for a minute they got one of those Legends packs or something like that, but no. Colin Story? Craig Story. I know the surnames. A few of these players, but I don't know. Is that the Mackay who played for? Nope, not the Mackay who played for Wigan. My bad. A few more players that will be familiar to you again. They're big siders, Kelly. Let's hope we can do the business. What can we say? Good luck, lads. Oh, that's probably not a good thing. Good luck to a team in a dressing room is poison in my belief, in my book. Good luck. The team doesn't need good luck if they're good enough. They just need a fully functioning referee, Mr. Northcroft. Much obliged. Can we deliver today? First 15 minutes now. Clark, who's in for Fleck, who's injured. That's one change I didn't say. Oh, that's not too far wide from McBride. Decent snapshot from him. And straight from there, goal kick from Fulton. We win that through Hamilton. And Clark, long ball forward, doesn't really reach its target. McKendry will gather. Has time to find Miller, who plays it down this left side to McCreath, who can cross, and it sort of whips the crossbar. Bit of a fluke. You don't see those on football. Never before have you seen that kind of thing on a Football Manager game of all things. And it's really livened up now as a goal kick taken long. Hamilton unchallenged, wins that. McBride faces up. John Smith finds the angle. He's good at those kind of strikes. He finds that angle at the goalkeeper's near post and slots it in. And that would close the gap now to 1 point, but we don't really care about that. I mean, it would be nice, but we're more interested in the gap between us and, 10th, to be honest. And if we can extend that to the stage 2, so that'll be 19 points if we can hold this. We really don't have to be too concerned about relegation. It's a terrific ball by McBride, it's got to be said. And Smith angles it, an angled drive. The keeper would have no chance, in fairness. He'd have to be offering all of his far post in order to have any chance of saving that. That's a great crossfield ball to Stephen Miller. Great left-back signing he's been. That's not a bad ball. And McCreath, he's been on a little bit of a patchy form lately. A few poor performances, but he gets the goal. And that's great. Given Dingwall's absence, it's important that the other strikers really do step up, and McCreath has been one of our better players. As I say, been off his patch lately, but he's back on it today. Miller, I think he was perhaps looking for Smith. You see there, Smith starts to make inroads, but McCreath there brings it down right foot, slots it away left foot. Keeper may as well not be there. I think that's Jay Fulton in the net. He's not. Oh, and we get straight from kickoff. I mean, it really is. This opening 20 minutes is what you call frantic. And here's Seedorf. Hopefully not as good as Clarence. They've got a Hamilton as well, probably not the same one. That would be most irregular. And they're knocking it about quite nicely. They've moved us right to all over the park, and it swings past. I've got a bit of concern. We're not really closing the gap. Oh, it's a decent save by Blair. You want them to have range shots, are what I'd prefer. You'd always would. If it's going to go in, it's going to be quite a strike. But we're holding the best team in the division at the moment quite nicely. Dunsmore, I haven't got time to stop. I need a co-commentator. Georgie Clark, crossbar, the youngster. He has scored his first goal for the club. Deflected effort, really. Came back off the post, hit the goalkeeper and went in. I think it's an own goal, to be quite honest, that he got. But still, we're waiting for his first clean goal. And he does seem to like to hit the crossbar. Makes me think that when he does actually mature a little bit and get his strikes on target, he will score quite a few for us. As Miller forces the save. And we really are pushing Cali back. Corner ball will come to nothing. McCreath on the D. Takes it back, gives it to Miller. Who, we'll never know. But as we approach half-time, I can only be thrilled with this. It's been a bit of a tough spell since that semi-final. Not made worse by the fact that we... is that a penalty? It is a penalty. Made worse by the fact that I failed to record it, as much as fun as a 3-0 defeat is. Apologies again. I can't believe my ineptitude. McCreath steps up, and it's saved, isn't it? Saved. Drew McCreath misses his first penalty for the club. A fine save, but for Fulton in net for Kelly. I've criticised him, but he's actually done pretty well. As he makes another top save there, probably more fortune than anything else. It's not Jay Fulton. I know the name Jay Fulton. I don't know where from. As McCreath goes to the edge of the penalty area, and it's not a good idea, that isn't, because now look, Clark lost out, and Mackay brings it inside. He finds Johnston, and we get a bit of a break there, and it falls back to us. McCreath, can he make amends? No, he can't. And Seedorf, this is frantic football again. No one can really get a foot on the ball properly and take control, and suddenly we're not on our back foot, and I don't even know which way this is going. Morgan Neal finds Dunsmore. Can we release someone down the flank? We can. McBride crosses. John Smith, the man, the myth, the Smith, scores again. 3-0, the stroke of half-time. And you have to say, we've certainly bossed it. This is a terrific little move again. Result of some pretty poor play from both sides, you have to agree. Both tries perhaps to force it a little bit too much, but McBride there, decent touch to set. And it's a terrific cross yet again, and Smith heads across the goalkeeper. I mean, you can just stand and watch that as it falls into his inside net. and he's got his head in his hands, and quite rightly too. Let's move on. Let's get to the break, because that's been we're not at the break yet. We've got just over a minute left. Maybe we can make this even better as we win the ball back from a free kick deep inside our own half. Drew McCreath waits for support, doesn't get it, but we'll bring it forward again. McKendry. McCreath, was he offside? No. Flag stays down. McCreath crosses. George Clark. He constantly hits the woodwork, does Georgie Clark. I swear to God he's going to be a good player one day. But, we are going to tell the lads to stay focused, but that is an exceptional first half performance, you've got to say. And unfortunately for us, there's three teams at the top. There's ourselves, there's Inverness, and Ayr, who've really pulled away. The other teams really have bogged themselves down. They must just all be taking points off each other, and that suits us just fine, because there's quite a gap to mid-table beyond those top three. Well, I say mid-table. I suppose 4th place out of 10 is pretty much mid-table. But yeah, let's make some changes then, seeing as we're past the hour. Miller's a little bit tired, but Mackenzie, our backup, suffered an injury in the last encounter, so that's not really a change we can make. We'll bring on Alan Petkoff for Neil. Petkoff, a recommendation, as it turns out, from the Don. I'm undecided at this stage. I think he could be good, but every time I've pulled him into the team, he's pretty much made a mistake. Anyway, we having to defend now as Seedorf brings this wide. It's good running, but Curry's there. No danger from that cross. 4 blue shirts were waiting in the middle, but the ball never came across properly. As Miller goes out to Clark, who finds McCreath out left. He's faced up by a man. That's a decent ball to Smith, who shoots Smith. And, he thought that the move was dead, but no. Smith keeps it alive and crosses the ball into McBride, who finds the back of the net. Makes it 4-0 on the 71st minute mark. It's a terrific little goal again. Just when you thought the keeper had seen this one out, it's kick and rush football again. But John Smith, it's an exceptional. That's a pretty good save in fairness. And he's not going to keep this one out, is he? Absolutely not. Far too much venom on that strike, and makes it 4-0. And it just keeps going. Dunsmore finds McBride. Out left now to Miller, who brings it infield. He finds McCreath just on this far side. Loses out, but Miller might get there. No, he doesn't. Seedorf keeps it in play, but he loses out, and Smith probably should have found his hat-trick. Probably snatched at that with his left foot when he could have brought it in under his spell and perhaps troubled the goalkeeper. Maybe he will get his hat-trick, maybe he won't. We'll soon tell. Let's see what we can do, though. I think what we'll do is we'll bring off McBride for Wallace, and I think we're going to bring on Ross Quinn for Dunsmore, just for fresh legs in the wide areas. We'd normally brought on Rooney, but he's a little bit tired. I know, I agree. Quinn is tired as well, but not as tired. And given the game is won, hopefully, as MacArthur loses out. Oh no! Here's Ross. Fresh from his time at Friends. Here's Hilson. Back to Ross. Not on a break. Here's Clark. Here's Jap. I thought it said Forsell for a minute, but I think we're rolling back too many years there, even for a team in the Scottish Championship in Mikhail. That's a terrible pass. Stephen Miller, equally terrible. And again, we're in this sort of spell where teams can't just, I thought we had the ball back there again, but we don't. Ross again, he's important, and that's a lazy finish, isn't it? Graham Farquhar with what will hopefully just be a consolation. I feel like we had the opportunities here to keep the ball and move the ball away from danger, but we've sort of been suckered into it. We'll blame the changes and a bit of switching off, but you can see that's a decent ball through, and Farquhar, I'd expect Blair to do better with that, to be honest. The ball is not moving at any great pace, but there's still time. There's still game time to play, and was that another penalty? No. And Seedorf will clear. McKendry gives it to Miller, who finds Quinn on this right. Goes back to Miller. Thought the ball might have been on into the penalty area on the right, but McCreath goes it, and McCreath unleashes a shot of true venom. And surely now that is game over. If it wasn't already, which it was, it's 5-1, and we convert defence into attack pretty well there. As Quinn took stock, I would have gone down the right side to 24 there, but there we go. What do I know? As Miller, good ball that is. McCreath, 2 men on him, and pretty terrible goalkeeping. Despite all the praise I've given Fulton, that was woeful. And that will be time. 5-1. That really does put us in good contention for maybe being able to challenge for promotion. You can see coming up next, Scottish Cup, another cup. I just keep the memories of the cups. Oh. But yeah, Scottish Cup 3rd round, Edinburgh City. That's the next encounter. And that really does put the Clyde amongst the pigeons. 33 points, 31 plus goal difference as well. Hopefully that can pay into our favour, the fact that we've got such a better goal difference than everybody else. But you see what I mean about this gap between 3rd and 4th in Ayr United and Wraith. It's pretty much then, you'd say 4th down is in threat of the drop, and it's the top 3 who are really going to be pushing up. It's such a shame that it's only one team that gets promoted, given how well the top 3 sides are doing. But that is what it is. It's what we all signed up for. But never mind. Where shall we return then? We'll skip past the Scottish Cup 3rd round. You know, Edinburgh City are a League 2 side at home. We should be putting them to the sword, no doubt. I think what we'll do is we'll come back for the Hamilton home game. They've been a bit of a thorn in our side. We've lost twice to them out of 2 encounters in the league already. So hopefully we'll get some revenge. That'll give us a chance to catch up on a few fixtures and see how well placed we are. We've got a tricky away game at Ayr. In fairness, all the away games are tricky. Always difficult to go away anywhere with a team that's not quite as good on paper as anyone else is in this division. But there we go. Apologies once more about that League Cup semi-final. Obviously a huge game, 17,000 fans, and I couldn't click the audio button. But it is what it is. We go again. Thanks very much for watching. Do pop a like on and subscribe, and I'll see you again on the very next video, which is Hamilton. Goodbye.